What's up, everyone? Welcome back into another episode of Alchemy Factory. Behind the series episode. The good saying is necessity is the mother of invention. So I'll show you what I'm working on right there, but I'm starting to clean up a little bit of my workshop, and I had all of my belts here for the pit, and as you can tell, I wasn't able to grab everything. Some of this stuff I don't mind not getting. But as you can tell in my inventory, I have a lot of random little bits and bobs. Essentially, a lot of the components that go out on the pit wall. The pit wall, as I call it, is basically all of my materials to build lots of stuff, right? And this is just me prototyping this as a way to figure it out, right? So I'm like, okay, well, what's a good way to organize these things? How could I put some splitters down so I can just throw all my crap into one box and then it'll sort it for me, right? It'll put it all together. It'll put it back out on the belt. Or if the belt's full, it'll get rid of it. That last part I didn't come up with till version 2. This is just like, okay, how can I organize this stuff? Do I want to try to ramp it to get it onto each level? Do I want to keep it on the floor? Do I want to send it to an elevator and then have it go up? So then I came up with this idea, and I figured out a nice, convenient way to stack them. But I also then ran into a problem inside the pit that I'll show you, where I solved this a little bit later, but I didn't solve it early, is as soon as your output backs up, the entire process breaks. So you have to do everything possible to not let the output of one of these break. These are just kind of raw materials. They're almost the lowest value cost items in the game, so I'm not too worried about, well, I don't want these to break, so I want to be able to throw it away. So this is version 2, where basically I do that same filter, right? So I'll filter whatever items needed. I just put gold coins because it's easy for me to see, oh, okay, that's not what I want. And then I put a priority splitter. So the priority goes to the belt, but if the belt is full on the pit wall, then send it out here. I haven't figured out an elegant way to add these together and then throw them into a trash can. So I don't plan to have a trash can every one. I'll probably combine a couple of these elevators, some up, elevators, some down, and then just get them onto the same level as a trash can. Maybe that gets complicated when you have them next to each other. So we'll see. I'll probably come up with an elegant solution. I probably need to make sure I put small lab stands here. Eventually these are going to start collapsing on itself, so I don't have a lot of room. What I probably should be doing is, like right here, like an elevator down, so I could at least collapse it so that every 2 levels, because ideally what I can do is, if I can like skip every other level, but that angle's not correct. So I think I need to use this nonsense, and then I would need to skip. See, that angle is still not right. I would have to somehow go like this, which that might still work if every 3 levels I can get them to combine. So if I can combine the next 2 levels up onto this level, and then I can send it down, and at least every 3 levels are sort of combined. This will only work so much, right? Because then how do you do the next level above that? Well, I can't put another one of these down, because it doesn't work like that, unfortunately. It'd be sweet if there was like a little pass-through trap door. The next best thing most likely is to just catapult. Ooh, I like that idea. Catapult all of these down into a single hopper. That's the trash can. That's probably the easiest solution, actually, because each of these is going to be, a fraction of the actual belt speed. Like if I'm feeding this at 240, it's going to be pretty slow, but it's really easy to add on this and put a catapult, if I can get the right combination, and then put this out to a trash can. Because I think you can just shoot it directly into a trash can, which is cool. Let's try that real quick. The angle might not work. it doesn't... That's an oversight. Dude, you guys, I need to put some feedback requests for that. A trash can... Everybody knows you can throw stuff in a trash can. Why can't you throw stuff in a trash can? That is, like, the biggest missed opportunity right there. Anybody who's worked in an office has thrown stuff in a trash can from their desk. See how far you could throw stuff. Okay, anyway, that's what we'll do. I'll put a hopper here, and we'll go some hoppers, and we'll catch these and throw them away. Hello, sir. Are you admiring my work? Please don't cut it down. Yep, that's what we'll do. Okay, so now, do I add that to my design? I think so. Oh, that's an issue. I see issue number 2, so I still need to combine these. I can go... because I have to do it every 2 levels. You guys might see the issue as well. I can retrofit it, but ideally I get it to be part of my design. So... the issue is I can't put lab stands. If I can get here, I can't lab stand over it, so I can't have one every 1 level. But what I can do is go like this. This is complicated because now it's a 2-level design, and then kind of the same thing. Oh nope, every 3 levels. Now I'm having to like go through there. It's sort of elegant, but sort of not. I knew this was going to be a problem, and I'm glad I'm working on it now. So now that has to go around that way. That one can still... I mean, I can move this one forward, but that belt comes out right there. There's a little bit of room to have the belts come forward or backwards. As long as I put my lab stands down. You know, if I accidentally lab stand like this, then I don't have room to put the belt around. So what I think I need to do is, yeah, these 2 line up, and then I still need to elevator this one down. Okay, I think most likely what I just need to do is make sure I don't accidentally do this. Every 2 levels, so we'll do short ones just to make sure. We'll do short ones to make sure that there's room there. Okay, and then I think I can still do the same design. So I think I could still do my V2 sorter. Okay, and then I just have to come back through and fix stuff. So I can probably come back through and do that later. These will be an issue because the range is not so good. So if we get this just to illustrate, I think that one's okay. This one will be okay, but your distance is about 2 and a little bit. So 1, 2, and a little bit. So I could probably get pretty high actually. And then what I'm thinking about maybe, because the way this is built is this side's going to attach to this thing, so I might put it down here. This was just a way for me to feed wood back in. I might start it down here on this side, and then I'll have a staircase going up, and then I can open up a hole in the floor, and this will also double as my staircase, so I can just climb up this. Do that, or I do it from the inside, and I kind of like this idea as well. So instead of this staircase, I just have a staircase over here. So I kind of like this idea, because then I don't have to worry about the hole in the floor, because this is naturally a giant hole in the floor. Yeah, but what I was talking about before, I had messed this up where, if you remember in an earlier video, I was like, oh, I'll just put my output that direction because I don't want it to block. Well, it could still block if the belt fills up. And then because this has a byproduct, you have to have a place to put that byproduct, so it has to be able to feed itself. In this case, it'll just kind of block this input. I don't have a priority splitter, so it's generally working. It's not as guaranteed as actually putting a merge splitter in there. I have a little bit of room. I could try to merge split it, but it's okay. It would get complicated. I have to go up a level, etc. Or move this over one. That would be actually relatively easy. Maybe to illustrate the point. Teaching moment, eh? And then I still need this, and then still need that. Okay, so how this works is basically you get your merge splitter, merge priority. Let's get it laying down, and then I want the priority to be, the priority to be the inside. So the inside is not going to be this one, but I'll make this one be a priority, right? So it'll always pull from itself, and then if it doesn't have anything to pull, it'll pull from here. So eventually we'll start to see this come through, and that'll block this more officially, right? This is the official way to do it. The big downside here, if you're running this at full throughput, you need these to be standing up. You need to stand this up, and then that's how you can actually get 480 while having this interrupt the process. So you could be supplying 480 from a charcoal production system, and then if you put these merge priorities in, and this is more a note to myself, I could have done this upstairs where I have a process that's like this, and it's not quite running at 480, it's running at 440 or whatever, because I didn't oversupply this, and I didn't put in a merge priority, or a priority merger. There we go. Priority merger. So that's how you can guarantee, and you could oversupply. Right now, obviously, I'm not oversupplying this. It's just one belt. But anyway. Okay, so this is what I've been working on. So I'm getting closer, because I'm gonna have to sort through all this crap, right? When I delete all of this, I'm gonna have to sort through it. The other thing I'm contemplating is actually putting a storage box on these, and maybe I do want to do this where it goes like this, and then it goes to the belt. So I may go ahead and add these on, and then it'll be like that. Okay, and then I've got to kind of prep ahead of time these. I also want that. Okay, caps lock, slide it up one. Good. Up one. Let's do a caps lock. Caps lock, slide it. There we go. Okay. So that's those levels. I guess the faster way to do that is like this. Because I gotta slide it. Caps lock, so it stays on the same level. And you can slide it, and I'm missing lab stands. Okay. It looks weird, but it's correct. This one's supposed to. That was correct. I'm confusing myself because I'm already up at the top. No, I did this as a small one, I suppose, instead of a tall one. Okay, now to add this to this thing, let's do that right here. Okay. And then I need to put one right there, because you gotta think about, like, it's going up a level. So this will cover this, that will cover this, this will line up right here, because you're kind of doing a nesting situation. And then I don't have the scaffolding over here. I maybe could, I don't know. It's whatever. Just means you have to have a certain amount of stuff done. So this is version 3. Okay. Oh, I didn't save it. Oh yeah, because I forgot. Blueprints, edit, copy. Okay. Alright, so it's been a couple days since last episode. I'm just doing a few cleanup tasks, like I mentioned, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys through the thought process of building a junk sorter. I'm going to need another somewhat similar sorter, but it's not going to be stacked like this, and it'll be for other material. So totals, let's look, 4180. Let's say 4150 just to make it round, versus 24, 25, almost 26, so 26 versus 41. is, what is that, 26, 41, 15, over 1,500 silver in profit for the day. Very nice. Still don't have pocket watches. The other thing I can go show you, so once I've got, sorry, I was copying and pasting my text to get this updated. Once I finish this, I have one other thing to show you. So I did work on bandages in the workshop, but let's finish this. I've got to copy this over to my version 3, edit, and then, oh, she just went up my stairs. I'm busy, I can't look. Okay, alright. So that's the version 3, tap, and caps lock pushed. Okay, so I'm missing my supports there at the end. So I need to, oh yeah, this doesn't have that stuff. I'm gonna have to add that in manually. I think that's not how I really wanted to do it. Dude, I need to close off this area. All these people keep trying to come in here.
Let me come in.
Yes, maybe. Let's try this.
Right.
That should look better. No. Oh, it is a complaining. Oh, because I've got a stand there, and there's already a stand, so that's fine. I have a stand there in that copy versus building a stand. Probably could take that one out, but whatever. Okay. So what have I been doing over here? So I did bandages. I have it running for now in the workshop just to make sure everything's working, except... Oh, I turned it off, that's right. I had it running, and then I turned it off, so I probably need to manually start a little bit of this, or just pick it up, and then once I have my sorter in place, it'll help me sort through all of this. Anyway, so this thing makes bandages. So one side over here basically needs to make healing potions. So these are sized pretty well, right? Obviously these will go whatever your max belt speed is. But then this is 240, these are 160, so you have to do a little bit of this belt spaghetti. I guess I should save. Let me copy this right here. I'll show you kind of the belt spaghetti. Actually, I may have it over here. Or did I? Oh, this was the first generation. That's ugly. I was trying to put the grinders underneath, and it was not ideal. So what I did instead, basically, this is the much more condensed version of that. But obviously, the grinders go in front, right? So there's the plant and then the grinders. But then I'm able to build another story, plant, grinders, and then I'm able to use that white space or the blank space to put in some of the processors. So it worked out decently well, right? And then I have a platform up top to do some stuff. So pretty compact without being crazy high. This actually fits into one story, but obviously level 12. So yeah, two plants at 240. Basically you got to split it into 3, and then 240 becomes 80, 80, 80, and then when you add it together, that's 160. So that's how you get 3 grinders at 160 off of 2 plants. You got to divide each one into 3, and then basically you're just adding the middle 2. But you still have to divide by 3, because if you divide in half, then you're at 120. So this one becomes 240, and then this one is 120, that one is 120, so that wouldn't work. So you have to do this weird nonsense here to make sure you divide by 3 right here. That's how you get your belt math to be perfect. Okay, so this side back here, you know, uses sage and flax, makes health potions. And then the recipe for the recipe for bandages is, this one. You need both health potions, then you need linens. So this whole side over here is just for linens. You know, and basically it's kind of 2 to 1. You need 2 of these setups for every 1 health potion setup. So that's why this ended up being a little bit wider. I guess it's 1.5. Oh yeah, that was the other issue, is the numbers of these, right? So these basically were producing 80 per minute output. You know, they'll take 240 input, so 240 is 1.5 of these grinders, right? So 1 grinder gets split in half. So 160 plus 80 is 240. So 1.5 of these come together in this elevator goes into it. And then so I'm able to split 2 of these kind of nicely. I could split it, I could split the middle one in half because there's 3 grinders per 2 plants. So that works out kind of nice, right? Like each of these setups right here, or sorry, each of these pairs of setups basically can have that, so that there's 3 grinders feeding 2 processors. But then you get into this where, okay, it's 80 output, but you only have 2 grinders with 160. And the reason I ended up going wide is because this could really take 480. So I could have two setups with yeah, okay. I just had to remind myself what I was doing. I could basically have 2 setups like this, where I have one belt of 240. That's over here, right? That's adding together these bottom 3. And then these top 3 are they're adding together in this belt right here. So the output is all underneath. If I do this and highlight it, right, you can kind of see the red right there. So those are all highlighted. So the top level here, you get 2 belts of 240 each feeding this. So this is doing a full 448 output. And then kind of the same thing down there. I add those belts together, and then I route them through to these. So that one comes around this way to this elevator. This one comes from behind through the middle to this elevator, and then those 2 come up to this one. That's separate, right? So you end up with 2 of these that are doing 48 each, and then you can split it in half to do 24. So that's how you do that math. These, unfortunately, so this wants 48. These are only, I think, doing 40. So that's a little unfortunate, where it's not quite the full throughput. So I'm getting 40 instead of 48. I don't know why that math didn't work out. It seems really odd to not have these be at 48. So I don't know, something happened. But it's still pretty darn close. And when this was running, I was basically maxed out every day. So this will help me replace some of this stuff up here, because I do want to replace everything that's up on this level as well. So, well, actually, it's 2 areas. Sorry, that's to replace all of this nonsense, right? So I've got all of this running back here, very inefficient. All of this plus all of that is now collapsed into basically that little square over there. So basically the size of half of this is doing what this all did, and at a much faster speed. So I don't think this is running at full throughput. I don't know, maybe it is. Oh, I forgot I have a box of linens there too. I guess it's running full speed. Oh yeah, and over here, all of this. So it's a huge amount. Anyway, that's all Gen 1. This is level 12. So I've got this working now. I can take this up to the 3rd story and make some money up there, and then that'll let me delete this. So I'm still working on a couple things to be able to delete everything on this entire floor all at one time. So getting pretty darn close. The last couple things I want to do is watches. And I think that's it, 'cause I think I have everything else. I have those. I sort of have, and this is actually, I need to filter this actually, because this needs to be just black powder. I didn't realize that till now. I mean, I realized there's blast potion, but this could be blocked actually. So let me move that up, and then I gotta move, because I forgot I'm putting that on the line now upstairs. So no, that's not gonna work here. I'll just start from the beginning. So I need to put a filter. We'll filter out blast. We'll do it like that. Yeah, that's fine. Blast can go there. Yep. So this filter will be set for blast potions. I guess what I should do is rotate this, because I want to make sure I might have other stuff. So we'll do that. Do that. I just had to think through. So this will be, and then I might need a bigger box. Okay. So, and I still want to capture blast potion for a little while until I get everything sorted. But this will now be blast, or black powder. Black powder, correct. fill the box a bit. And then this will let the other stuff through. So whatever else comes through that's not meant to be in there, like all of that. And then if I accidentally get some other stuff, so this will guarantee I get black powder for the shop, because you have to sell black powder in the shop. I don't think it matters. Yeah, okay. Alright, that's working again. I saw I was getting blast, I'm like, oh, that's kind of neat. And then I totally forgot, actually, that specific shelf needs to be black powder. Alright, pretty darn close to being able to get rid of all of this. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I just wanna get watches, which means I'm gonna have to really work on copper, and I gotta kind of scale up steel again. So it's gonna be, unfortunately, a little bit more time. I mean, I might be able to, because I do want to scale this, because this is a dispatch portal item, so I do need to scale it. Well, I don't need to, but I really want to. I like my profit, and I like building stuff from scratch. So all of this is going to come from the raw materials. So we'll get there. I'll have to make this up. It's pretty basic. I think I have. Actually, I need to redo an iron. I don't think I have a good level 12 iron setup with grinders. So I need to rebuild that. I think I have a good level 12 soap system. So I should be able to supply these pretty well. And these are even, so I just need to get 240 into an Anthor. And then that'll give me a really good supply out. And that'll be a nice build. And then from there, I can start getting my copper and bronze in very high throughput, because I'll need bronze for a few things. This I already got working upstairs. I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I need to make sure I have rivets, and I wanna have a good supply of bronze ingots for my building materials as well. Anyway, so I think I have most of that. I just need to redo iron, so I might be able to do that later. Partially leaving myself some notes here in this video so I can remember what I need to come back and do, because I'm going to be visiting family for a couple days, so I'll be taking a break. You guys won't notice, like I'll still have daily videos coming out, so, but working on this. I'll probably stop recording here, and then I'll show you guys later once this is done. I might be able to finish this before I leave for today, but because it's like halfway there, right? I could probably try to make it smarter by adding some of this in, but it gets kind of weird if you try to do it on the build. It's much easier to have this build be flat without anything sticking down -Z, you know, through the floor. So anyway, I think I'm done talking about it, so I'll show you guys once I start implementing it, but you get the idea. I've got nice little storage boxes in there to buffer the line, and then I'll throw away whatever else. If need be, I could put cannons. This side I can stick out a little bit, because I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 5 wide already. Let's see what that looks like real quick. I think that's okay, because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that's only right here. So that's not that bad. Yeah, I have plenty of space, basically up to here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 tiles, and really the beginning just takes up an extra like 4, and then from here it goes up diagonally, right? It'll just go up diagonally from here, and I kind of want a little bit of space to get over here to get around to the staircase anyway to get up, you know. So once I get it up kind of high, I was just thinking, like, it'd be cool if I could somehow get braces across in the middle, but I'd have to like give up a whole row just to get some iron beams to go through, or I would have to do a little weird jig jog. I guess I could. It'd be a little funky looking, but I could have this wall come out and go around. It's kind of like what I did down here for my columns. I could make that happen, but up here for some supports, and then that would give me more free space down here. Because once this thing gets tall, it's going to be so much wasted space underneath. Let's go look at this. Because it's already quite a bit of wasted space, right? And then I could try. I mean, the other short-term option, which maybe I do, is some of these. All right. Well, I guess you guys will find out here in a little bit. I'm gonna probably check. Let's see. Oh, I could have just taken one of those. Yeah. So that's slight issue. These are like 4 wide, and that's 5 wide. So, well, I guess I don't really mind that side having those, because this side over here is going to be next to the wall, and then if this side is open, that would be kind of nice. So I'll leave that there as a reminder. But I might start redoing some of this to put down these instead, so then I have a little bit of space. I could fit stuff inside of here if need be. So it looks like I'd still have a little bit of stands, or I just move this closer. Well, I guess no, because the angle is like 45 degrees, so this is where I want undo button. Yeah, because the angle is 45 degrees, so actually that won't work. I'll have to have another table and then go up. So it'll have to be like this, or that one could be small if I wanted, and then this could come back. I think right there. I think that's the right angle, right from there. That's right next to the belt. I guess forward one. Yeah, it's super annoying. The alternative is just a single set of stands, instead of having this stick out a little bit more. Basically, yeah, I can do my tall scaffolding stuff. The other method that might be better is 2 small ones. Because if I'm gonna have to do scaffolding anyway, how tall is this? This is, yeah, and that's the other thing. I could scoot it back a little bit more in a load right now. So the other thought process is, 'cause I think 2 of those is the right amount. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so that's 6. And then if I'm gonna have to use these anyway, 1, 2, 3, and then this needs to increase by 3, right? So I don't think, yeah, I think that's way too high, because that's like 4 high. So then it would be one of these. I think like this. No, I think it's, yeah, back one. Yeah, it's helpful when I talk this through for the video, because now I'm kind of thinking through a couple of other ideas. So actually that needs to be one higher. These. I'll probably switch to the small ones. How did I manage to mess that up? Or is that correct? No, that's correct. It goes up by 1, up by 1, up by 1, up by 1. Okay, it just looks weird with the floating space stuff. The main thing I gotta make sure I don't do is I gotta have these elevator nonsense figured out. So unfortunately, it's not gonna be as simple as just bang, 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 bang. If I want to do this, if I just want to use the scaffolding, that's easier. But I think that's the right approach. So let's copy this over. Yeah. Oh, yep. Look at that. I'm able to kind of squeeze it in there, so I can still mock it up. Just to make sure that the width looks good. Yeah. So the width is good. I'm not going to use these cubes. I was just using that for visualization to make sure my spacing was correct. But I think I'll just do it this way, and then it might let me put that in because oh yeah. Oh, because I'm off by 1. That's right. Let's do it like this. Let's see. That works too. Okay. Yeah. So I could scoot that forward quite a bit, probably into here. But again, it's really going to be determined by this. I can scoot it up to where this column is, so I can take that out, and
and then from there I can start putting little stands, because that's where the catapult's going to be. And then, yeah, I think most likely I'm going to end up scooting these forward a bit, because then it's a little easier to deal with. So let's do that right now. No, you're workable, man. Just give it a second, yo. Okay. I'm liking where this is going. Okay, day 385. And we'll see how this goes, and then I'll see you all here in a few seconds. But it'll be quite a bit further in the game, so I'll give you an update on where I'm at. But the total for today, I almost broke 5,000. I don't think I've broken 5,000 yet. Oh, and I'm probably missing some quest missions. Yeah, I'll do that after I stop recording here. So 5,000, 4,900 versus 23, rounding up. So 23 to 49, 23 to 49, that's 2,600 profit. It's huge. Yeah, doing really well with these, because I have 2 stands of this. I think that's the way to go, to have 2 stands for sale, and then have 2 cannons with some backup. Yeah, this is going to be nice, because then this elevator will go just like this, and then that works perfectly. Okay, that's the setup, because then this is exactly plug and play. So just instead of this, it turns into an elevator every other time. That is so elegant. Okay. See, super easy. That's easy to do. There's no weirdness with belts going back, and then I can tuck that in pretty darn close. I'll still have to put some stands, and I'll redo a little bit of this. So, but I think this is about it for me today. I'll do the couple quests, and then I'll come back to this in a couple days, my time, but it'll be a few seconds for y'all. All right, see you in a few. Day 388. We're at 4380 versus 2250, over 1600, 1600 silver. I did a couple quests there, so I'm getting ready to put this guy down. So I've got my sorter pretty well built. I've got it connected so there's all the catapults can get rid of their trash if there's extra. Mostly I'm trying to figure out, I was able to put some stilts to kind of save some space over there so it's not taking up the middle of the aisle. Originally I was contemplating putting it back further, but then that space in the middle is kind of tight, so I think I'll end up still keeping it down here, and then I'll just have to run down to this side of the pit to get back up. But I think right here is good, and then I just gotta avoid that catapult. I don't really need it right now, but I need to avoid that. Actually, no, I do need that. That's doing stuff on the outside. Yeah, let's do this. This seems reasonable. Like I can still get through that middle area. Okay, good. Yeah, I can still run through there. That's all right. Okay. So yeah, let me crouch. So we've got quite a few, right, as far as it'll reach. And then I have this next one down for the next few up there. And I have another one. I don't think I need it, though, for hoppers to catch material. So yeah, again, the process will filter. It'll priority split, basically try to put stuff on the belt. If the belt and this box are full, then it'll go to the trash, which is fine. This is just my junk sorter. I put all my junk away, but like I'm gonna get really annoyed with all the junk I have all the time. So, especially once I clean up that shop over there, I want to be able to just drop all the junk off. So this is part of the sorter. I'm gonna probably prototype the other sorter I need, because I need to sort through all of the other goods too. Okay, so we've got clay powder. Should be on the same level. Yep, it looks good. Clay pellets. That's quicklime. That's quicklime. I wish it would, like, it just shows you a picture, but yeah, it's quicklime. That one, I don't have a lot of it, but that's coke powder. I'll just go double select it to make sure I didn't accidentally pick iron sand, because I feel like that's something I would mess up. Charcoal powder is pretty clear. Sand, rocks, wood. Yeah, because if I mess this up, it's like a huge pain in the butt to try to fix all of this. So after clay powder, we're gonna go into the seeds and stuff. So this one will be flax. I'll try to keep it eye level so that way I don't get confused. And then from there we go to flax fiber, and this will be sage. Just doing my like double/triple checks, and then that should be sage powder. If it'll show it to me, it's weird. Sage powder. So above sage is sage powder. That plant ash, sage powder, then we should have some plant ash. Where did it go? This one? That one's plant ash. And then we actually have healing potions. Chamomile powder on this level. That's soap powder. Chamomile powder. That picture looks a little different, but that's chamomile powder. That's chamomile powder. I've got to connect all these belts, which is going to give me stuff, and then I'll be able to throw it in the sorter. Okay, so after that, now we're getting into some of the metallics. So we've got iron ingots, which might be down further. No, I think I passed it. Yeah, iron ingots. And then what did we do? Iron sand, most likely. Iron sand. So above iron on this level is iron ingots. Or I mean iron sand. And then what did we do? I think this is soap powder, right? Soap powder. Soap powder, yeah. So above iron sand on this level, that is soap powder. It's like a chowder, but it's soap powder. Okie dokie. And then we actually have salt, because I'm going to need salt in the shop and in my quest. There's the glorious salt. What do we got? Copper powder versus impure. So we do copper powder first, which is the one that's in a serving dish, because it's ready to go. It's already pure. Impure. It's not ready to go, so it's like a lump of powder. Excellent. And that's it. And I was able to work it out. Here, I'll come over here. So I was able to basically, I need to move this closer. Well, a lot of this is going to get moved here in a few minutes. I was able to basically work it out to where I could copy and paste each level. So I was able to put the elevator in there to save space, so that way I only took up 3. And then that kind of works perfectly, because each of these is sort of sets of 3. So for every 2, it takes up only half the space for this. So by the time you work up 2 levels, you're going to have 3 of these built up. It's hard to explain, but yeah, fortunately I was able to figure that out, so I could just kind of copy and paste these. I did have a couple where, based on where the elevator was and where the belt was, I had to manually adjust these. A couple of these guys, so like I had to manually adjust those, so they're off a little bit. If you're looking at it, you don't see a stair step. Yeah. Anyway, that is working quite nicely. Do I have any steel on me? I do not know. Oh, what do you know? And that's in a hole anyway. I guess what I'll do is make this taller and put that one up higher. So then I'll have short staircase, tall staircase. I don't know. Whatever. Now, the fun part. Well, one of the fun parts. Let's clean up the inventory. Now we get to go click on a whole bunch of belts. That is going out, right? Yeah, out. It's gonna end up giving me lots of material. But good thing I have this awesome sorter. And then I have a hopper down at the bottom, but I'll probably put a box down there as well, so I can put stuff onto this a little bit more easily through a box. So maybe I'll put a box over here. I thought about like lifting this up, but then I have to like redo all of this, or I could maybe have this go down and then back up. I just don't want to accidentally put it next to a wall and suck all the stuff off the wall into the trash can. Okay, I think for now, put down, yeah, we'll put it like this, because I want to like really make sure I don't accidentally connect it to anything. So let's do this, and then we'll do this to really make sure I don't accidentally connect it to what I don't want. Then I don't mind that being on the ground. Okay, so now we get to drop all of our random junk in here. It can sort through all of this, so now we get to watch it and work, you know. And we should start to see as it pops through various materials. Oh look, see there's sand. Sand came out. It's on the belt. It's on the belt next to more sand. Oh, we gotta autosave. Oh, there's some charcoal powder coming out. There's the clay, there's the quicklime, we got flax, we've got sage powder. Excellent. That looks to be working very, very nicely. Oh, I love it, I love it. It's very, very nice. Chamomile powder. Next to its chamomile powder buddies. Look at that, there's some soap powder. Ooh, this is a lot of fun. Lots of fun. So, part of the issue with this design is basically this needs to be the last resort. Like, whatever doesn't go through these filters ends up in the trash. So I need to filter out all the good stuff first. I need to filter out money. I need to filter out all of my other goods and stuff. So, for now, I just need to be a little bit careful, or just double check the trash can every now and then to see if I accidentally put something in there I didn't want. But the other good news is, like, if I need to put more wood on the belt, oh hey look, the belt's a little light on wood. Let's get some wood on the belt. You know, so I can notice that from afar, or if I wanted to go grab some more coke powder. Really, I just need to increase my coke powder production. I increased charcoal, but this is just, it's not quite enough. I mean, it's 40 a minute, it's all sized, but I'm just using too much apparently. Or it doesn't feel like it's... Oh, it's not 40 a minute because I'm not feeding it 480. If I was feeding it 480, it'd be 480, but it's really maybe 240. So it maybe 20 per minute because it's pulling basically 100% of that belt, which is almost maxed out. So maybe like 35, or sorry, 20. So 20 would be half, so maybe like 15 to 20, somewhere in that range per minute. It does get a little bit extra back in itself, so it's not, yeah, so maybe a little over 20 a minute. It doesn't seem to be enough, so it feels like we should add another one. I probably should have put, like, once I got up to, like, my human height, I guess I should have put, like, some long beams across. It wasn't hard for me, but I was just adding these as needed to keep going up. I don't know, it's fine. It's not gonna bug me that much. I still have a little bit of space. I can come over here, climb out, and then I'll bridge that whole, I guess I bridge it this way and then bridge it the other way. Or the stairs bridge it, that's right, yeah. Because I'll end up with some stairs. Probably don't need all of these. Sorry, caps lock, save it in its place. And I did these as the low angle. I don't know why, I just wanted to do something different. And then I could still back that up a little bit, and then this kind of bridges the hole a little bit. Yeah. Okay, okie dokie. And that'll give me some room for some... Oh yeah, I do have to bridge that. I was like thinking, I knew I needed to bridge it, and then, like, why do I need to bridge it? Because I need a place to put my stands. Let's do size. Just do it 3 up. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize. That's why it's this size, because it's perfectly sized to cover one of these openings, I guess. That's interesting. And I just happened to design this perfectly. I just got really lucky. Picking it to fit, and lucky slash just it worked out, right? These steel beams are designed to go over the opening of 2 squares. I happened to design this to fit perfectly in the opening of 2 floor tiles, so that's why it looks so fortunate. I guess I copy this to make it look somewhat elegant. We're gonna line it up with this floor tile, it looks like, so that floor tile right there. And I guess what I should do is actually raise it up One more. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Scoot it back a little bit. Go like that. Go like this. I don't know how many of these I want. Let's make it more like a proper size. Okie dokie. Okay. I'll probably leave that one in there for now. It's kind of nice to have stairs from over there until I really feel like I got the... I mean, I'm going to have to take it out pretty soon to add a couple more. Add some more levels. And then I've got room for, what is that, like 3-4 levels? 2-3 levels, something like that? I don't know. Anyway. Okay, so that's pretty good. I've got some more stuff I can sort. I put my extra stuff in here. And then the other thing I want to do is, for now, I'll put a box over here with the catapult. So let's actually, I'll probably put it over here in this corner. And then this guy is, it's right here. So let's see. It is, yeah, that line right there. That's my hopper. So this will go over here in the corner because it's kind of tucked away, and then I'll leave a spot to get a box here. So I'll probably bring like crap material left over, put it in here. Yeah, so stuff I can filter for. Chamomile powder, soap powder, iron sand, that, plant ash. So yeah, quicklime, I think it'll just end up at the top. So, I'll throw it in there, we'll see what happens. I think it just ends up at the top level. Now I gotta go up my makeshift stairs. Yeah, it's not enough. I took some of that scaffolding down. Let's go see it, sort through some stuff. Yeah, so these boxes will start to fill up now for some of this stuff. For the belts are full. Yeah, it's already went through all my stuff, or did it? Oh, I didn't connect. That's right, I did not connect that. Let's see if I can teleoperate from up here. There we go. Now it'll start sending the stuff. Yes, no. Oh, there it is. That's the autosave. Okay. Now, let's see. So the other thing I can do is I'll probably put a couple of catapults down, maybe. Because I'll end up with 1 belt speed worth of stuff coming in, and I'll want it to come through quicker than this. So I'll probably put down, actually, a cannon, and then it's 2 cannons with 2 belts is what I need to feed this. Because this is 1/4 throughput. You know, this is whatever, 60 per minute. Catapults are, yeah, 60 per minute. So that's kind of annoyingly slow. Let's go fix that. So what I can do to speed it up, I can put 1 here, crouch. That goes there. That'll, yeah, see, that's twice as fast. And then to put another one. This might be too close, actually. Yeah, it's too close. A too tall one. Yeah, just do that, I guess. I think that'll work. And then that kind of takes up that corner nicely. Where is it at? It's right there. Oh, I saw it for a second. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's basically full throughput now. Did I pick up more of this stuff? I don't really need to put rocks in there. Okay, that's tucked into the corner nicely. It's like a little hidey hole, man. You can like hide some boxes and stuff in the wall. It's interesting. Accidental design, I suppose. Alright, let's go look at it now. Now stuff's coming through a little bit more quickly. It should be at one belt speed's worth. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. Obviously, it's going to be kind of organized, right? Because I put it all in there together, so plant ash is going to work its way up. Same thing with sage. Yeah, these are it's working quite nice. So that's going to start to fill up. We'll see, that might actually fill up, and then we get to see the trash can in action. And then yeah, it combines 2 levels together, and then throws it. I guess not. Alright, I guess we made it through. And I haven't sorted through anything I don't have yet. It looks like it's not connected. It is, but it looks like it's not. Anyway. Okie dokie. That is good. Alright, the other thing I want to do with you all is let's go put the bandages production system upstairs. And then this, again, is going to give me some junk. But now I've got a junk sorter. Alright, day 389, and I'm probably missed an urgent request. Let's go do our quest first after we do the total. Basically 3,031.40, but or 30.14. But anyway, we'll call it 3,000 versus 2,100, a little over 2,100. So that's good 900 profit. Okay, yeah, we'll take this thing upstairs. It's gonna give me a lot of junk that I can put into my junk sorter. But let's go do a mission run real quick. Oh yeah, I definitely missed some urgents. Okay, so Jupiters and unstables. So we'll get the unstable first. That'll be over here for now. I turned all of this production off, so well, I stopped feeding it glim spores more specifically. And a Jupiter will fall down. Oh, I can jump down this hole. Go under the stairs to these Jupiters. Alright, yeah, I'll have to work on my primary sorter system. And then very close to shutting down all of this, destroying the entire first floor. It's gonna be exciting. Oh, the other thing I did over there, I added another cashier, so I'll show that to you guys as well. Alright, inventory looks nice and open. I think I saved that as a build, did I? Those are my sorters, bandages, 90 per minute. Yeah, that's this whole monstrosity. So let's pick this guy up. So we are from roughly right here. There shouldn't be any pipes. It's gonna give me that. Maybe I can go right here. Okay, and then let's make sure. What I'll probably do is I might just hit T on it to grab all these materials. And then, yeah, see I don't have enough wood, so let's check this out. Rearrange. See, this is why I've got my awesome sorter. So let's go drop some of this stuff off. Oh yeah, I had a bunch of growth potions in there. I kind of want to keep those down here. Let's put those, I think I have a nice box for that. Let's put those, some fertilizer down here. Let's put the money in my gold converter box. Because this thing is pretty much backed up. I've got money everywhere. There's a whole bunch of money in here. There's some good money there on the belt. So I've got a nice 127, another prime number. Okay, I should be able to pick this up, or some of it. Interesting, okay. I'll drop that for now. Let's organize. Okay, let's go put stuff in our cool new sorter system. So what I'm gonna need all the seeds on me for sure. I've got a little bit of extra. Oh, chamomile? Interesting. Why do I have a chamomile seed on me? I do not know. Yeah, we'll take those. Okay, let's go put stuff in our sorter system. I probably should put like a box over here and belt it down. That's alright. I'll just run over here for now. Okay, stuff I can put in the sorter. So all of this, it's gonna throw a lot of it away, which is fine. I don't mind. Some of it getting, oh, I'm gonna need that. Actually, I need those. Give me those. That's a building material. I think I need all the nails. Yeah, I don't have a row. I'll give it, no, I need all the wood. Right, yeah, I need all the wood. Okay, we've got enough to go build it. I'll deal with the remaining stuff later. Let's go upstairs. I need to wall this place off, man. Got all these intruders. Okay. I do have lots of space on this manufacturing floor. This thing's just gonna make money for me, and it'll put it on a belt for me to buy stuff. right now, I just have like a few money islands over here. Like here's a money island. And I'm just using these instead of having a belt. But I feel like I might need a belt. I don't know, I feel like I should maybe have it over here so it's kind of close to my money. Lots of diamonds. Alright, let's I've got room. Here, we'll come back for these. Okay, where else might I need money? Because that's the other thing, is I can kind of put this wherever I think I'm gonna need money. I feel like, because what else am I gonna have to be working on pretty soon? So the things I have to buy that are kind of expensive. I mean, this is no. I'll just do it here. I'll just put it next to this, because that way, right now, this is kind of my main line from downstairs, and then I could put a little box here to kind of convert it and add it back to the line. So I think we're gonna put his blast potions everywhere. Love it. It's a little bit of a monster. It's not super compact, so I can always put a hopper here and put money back to this, because this is sort of my main feeder. I could put some stands here and a hopper. That's probably going to change, get a lot more dense. 1, 2, 3, what is it, like 5 tiles? I don't know, I've been gone for a couple days. I'm like already starting to forget stuff. Oh, almost fell down the hole. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, it's like 5-ish. So I think right here, it's relatively compact. Oh yeah, I forgot the backside sticks out a little bit. So I think it's just fertilizer down there on the bottom, which, here, let's double check. Yeah, I've got this right here. Oh, that's fuel. I need fertilizer, that's the issue. Okay. I haven't brought fertilizer up yet. Do I even have fertilizer down here? Let's look at my blueprints real quick. What do I have for... I don't think I've rebuilt growth potions actually, so I'll have to bring a box up here with some fertilizer, or I just work towards that, and so I'll get there for this. So I might just rebuild that. So for now, I think we're just going to make a little manual box, and I'll bring stuff up manually for now, a fertilizer. But I think this is as good a spot as any, because I got this little zigzag guy over here. I mean, this is not efficient. I don't want to crowd that side. I do kind of want to be able to throw it back over there, so let's see. Go like this, kind of like that idea too. I could sort of tuck it around the corner like this. It's kind of nice, because otherwise it's generally self-contained. My money's on this side, so I cannon that back over, but I can tuck this in pretty nicely. I gotta back up a little, try to back up a little. So that's running into the cannon tower. I don't necessarily need to have it super tight this way. I probably, because there's, how far can I go that way? Yeah, see, now I'm running into it. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of space all around this. So maybe I leave a nice little gap and sort of just line it up with the edge of the column like this. And then I go ahead and bring it this way a little bit in case I get rid of that wood. That'll clear up that space. I like this. Okay. We'll just go there. It's done. It's done. Put it down. No undoozies. But literally, there's no undo button. So for now, this is another gold bucket, hidey ho. Yeah, we'll just do 1 gold coin at a time, and then they'll make 2 stacks or whatever it is. 500 or something. Okay. So now we just need. I'll put it over here. I'm gonna put a little box. And probably, yeah, because I want, oh, good thing I'm over here by a million nails. Literally, there's like a million nails over here. So much iron and nails. Anyway, alright. 5. So I probably will want this on there so I can feed this. I guess I could have put it over here. I might pull off of the belt and go a different direction. So that way I can back feed it if I want. I don't know if I am yet. I might just use it as a gold coin hidey ho. But I do want to put a box over here of fertilizer because this is kind of my supply station. I just got to go right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can tuck it around this side because this stuff's a little bit taller over here. So maybe I'll put a box and a cannon on it. And then I want to be able to see my cannon or my belts. Whoopsie. Pushed the wrong button. Rotate. Oh, no, and it's backwards because I pushed the wrong button. Okay. And then put down a cannon. So that'll be fertilizer. Now I need to go downstairs and I've got a spot. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of basic for now. So again, eventually this floor is going to get cleaned up quite a bit, but I'll just come down here. Ooh, I'm actually running light. I won't take any of this fertilizer. Yeah, these guys barely have enough for themselves. Okay. Yeah, because I think I shut off so much fertilizer downstairs that I don't have any extra. That's alright. My plan is to shut down that level, so actually I'll just go upstairs. I'll take it from the growth potion box. I passed it. It's right here. I'll just take those. I still am using rock salt to make this, but whatever. Let's take it from there. Okay. Yep, this level. Ooh. Blast is getting kind of light because it's getting used. Because I'm taking from this line to make... Yeah, that's... I probably need to put this up onto the top line. That'll accelerate it quite a bit because I'm taking from the top line. The bottom line's full, so yeah, let's do that. That'll help a lot. Okay, that should get it to be full again. I probably could put like a buffer box and then, you know, put a priorities merger so it'll prioritize one belt. And then if there's extra, it'll go into another box and prioritize the other belt. I don't know. Anyway, I want to finish this real quick, get this guy online. So I did that so I can helps me see growth potion, fertilizer. Let's just make sure before I accidentally whack my systems. So yeah, that's the back. That's the common belt. It goes through the elevator, goes into these. Okay. I'll just feed it this way. Yep. Fertilizer. Green. Green for fertilizer. Bright green. They're kind of the same colored green. Okay. Alright, this thing will start whirling up. Start making me some money. Already starting to see some potions come in. I've got 1 potion, 1 linen. Yes. There's 2 and 2, 3 and 3. There's bandages. Bandages are already coming out. Got little blue bar progress. Okie dokie. Alright. So that's one of the main last things downstairs. So I had... I need to do watches, so I'm gonna work on that a little bit. Because I need to scale up. I need to redo my bearing system. Because those bearings upstairs, it's okay, but... I feel like I need to spend a little bit of time on that, so I'm going to work on that, and then I'll bring you guys back here in a couple seconds to show you what I'm doing for bearings, because it'll be bearings and rivets, but essentially I'm going to, because I have that production upstairs, it's all of the same parts for this, right? You need bearings, steel gears, glass is a little bit different. That's really just from sand, so that's pretty straightforward, sand to glass. And then bearings I've got to work on a little bit, and then I've got to deal with the byproduct. So it's kind of helpful if I sort of tie it to one of these, because I don't know. My system upstairs, I've been running into issues anyway with my Mars production upstairs. I think I got it fixed, but anyway, so let's take this. I don't really have much else going, but we'll take this to the workshop, and I'll see you guys back in a few seconds. One slight adjustment, so yeah, I put some stuff in here that was clogging the system, so yeah, right now it'll filter whatever, it's looking for gold. If there's no gold, it tries to go up another level. No gold, go up a level. No gold, go up a level. Well, there's nothing else to sort through, so I need to, for now, whatever. I'll just put some boxes down. So yeah, anytime I accidentally, well, that's kind of mesmerizing, the sequence of timing there. Interesting. Anyway, so yeah, that's working now. Okay. Yeah, because I was cleaning up a few things in the workshop, so I thought I'd bring you back for that. I just had to make a quick change. So I was going to put the coke powder in there. I want that to get up on the line. And I'm going to put in sand. I got some extra clay I can put on there. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I came over here and I noticed there was stuff in the box, because yeah, I wasn't really too sure what would happen when it got full. Anyway, yeah, I got the workshop cleaned up a little bit. I'm gonna leave because I have a few of these random bits and bobs around of like, okay, what's the speeds of my different things? So I'll leave a few of these around until they really get in the way. But I kind of need to just like have an example area, maybe like over here underneath. So eventually I need to move all of this over here so I can have an example of what is the actual speed of all these different things. That's 40 a minute. That's 26 a minute. This is 53 a minute, etc. Right? What is this one? Because some of these you have to have material in it before it'll tell you what it is. But I'm sure you guys are aware of that. Alright, I'll work on this now. And got the shop generally cleaned up. There's still a bag over here. I've been finding random bags of some materials around. I guess I could have dropped that healing potion off. Yeah, there's research. Nice. How many research do we have? Ooh, I've got 3. So where I'm at currently, I'm at, yeah, so maxed out right on, well, however you want to call it, right? I put 1 down here for belts. I'm at 243 belts, and then I'm level 12 factory efficiency. What is that? Level 4 fuel, level 4 negotiation. And then I haven't, oh, and I did 1 relic knowledge. I probably should do more of those. I don't know. It's either that or I might do throwing efficiency. Fertilizers may be important. I've been able to make enough money and kind of keep up with stuff. I feel like probably this one, right? Because this is kind of like factory efficiency. So it feels like maybe I should do this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's do that. You guys can see this upgrade. Let's do those 3, and then let me go find something real quick and see what the output looks like for an example, right? So this is 480, 40, 40, but I don't think that's what that's for. That's the hard part, is I wasn't too sure what that actually was used for, or what it was needed for. Alright, well, you guys happen to be here, so let's check out 390. Click through all of this. Yeah, that's still kind of light on Mars. Saturn's super light. Normally I sell like 14 of those. Yeah, having 2 or 3 stands of these is super important in the shop. I think you sell more when you have more on the shop. And I have a huge backup of those, so I think it's good. Anyway, alright, 39, a little over 39 versus 23, 24. 24 versus 39 is 1,500 silver profit today. Very good. Alright, I'll bring you guys back here. Actually, yeah, let's what else? Let's look at this research again. What is this saying? Alembic and extractors. Oh, okay, so extractors are these guys, or the things on the roof. And then alembics, let's see what those are. Oh, that's these guys. Okay, so that's the, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. So that's the stuff way up on the roof. Well, why am I, feels like I'm running slow. They should make a research point to like go faster. We'll check the roof real quick, because I think these mostly are just my extractors. So the thermal extractors, it might be worth that. I'll probably save those upgrade points because I don't necessarily need these right now. Like, I don't have a lot of extra storage. I'm only producing this when I need it. It'll be important here pretty soon when I start doing the new ones, and this is gonna mess with my speed. So I'm gonna have to. These are luckily pretty small, so I think it's easy to redevelop these or take 2 off, or because what's the upgrade percentage? And it is, yeah, it's only 6%. That's pretty small, so it might not really affect this much. 4812 is, I mean, 6% of 240 is, or does it just give you more for the same output? I don't know. 6% times 1.06 is 254, and my belt is 243. Let's do 1, and we'll see what happens. Okay, so that stays the same. This went up. I didn't capture it before, but we'll see in the recording. I can go back and see. But I'm guessing that just went up by 6%. So I'm guessing it was 1200. 1200 times 1.06 is 1272. Okay, that is awesome. So I don't have to redesign anything. Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and throw those. I was a little worried that I'm gonna have to redesign stuff, but no, we'll just output those, because the one I really need, or the one that's kind of the most constrained, is down here doing brandy. So this one is the lowest output, right? Like, a lot of these are producing huge numbers. You know, this is taking in a huge number, but as far as output goes, this. Yeah, the Olympics. Okay, very good, very good. Yeah, this guy is. Oh, oh yeah, I knew that. This is only 28 a minute. You know, this is up to 40 a minute, so I need another one of those to really ramp up my blast production. I don't mind it being slow right now because I don't necessarily need all this to be a blast. It's obviously a little bit more efficient, but I still feel like I need to test my own recipes on this to see, but it's just, I gotta figure out a way to do this better, figure out the thermal usage, because like stopwatch, I don't know, because this doesn't tell you much either. Like, at least it tells you this, that's helpful, but I don't know, I'd have to try to put a stopwatch on this or something to see what the heat consumption is, and then, you know, based on what I have in there. Anyway. Alright, back to the workshop. See you guys here in a few. Day 391 in the books. We are still working on watches. I haven't sold any watches in the shop. I was able to do a quick urgent request actually for some watches, ironically, but I'm working on my watch production, ramping that up. Total 36, we'll call it 36, 3,600 versus 24. A little over 24, so 24 to 36, it's almost 1,200, 1,200 silver profit for the day.
What?
I guess I can show you it real quick. So yeah, I'm working through, basically, I just want to make sure I understand all the process. Working backwards, right, so I kind of start what's the end in mind. Right now this number is nice, relative. So I'm able to be awake 24 hours a day, which is 24 minutes in the game. That divided by 24 minutes is 80 per minute. Each of these watch thing, was it 80? Maybe I need 4 of these. Maybe I did my math wrong. See, this is why talking it out is helpful. Alright, 1920 divided by 24 is 80. Ooh, I'm gonna have to double this thing up. Okay, and then to be able to do a top and a bottom, because the inputs are pretty slow. If I divide, I can put 240, right? So one glass line, whichever one this is, right? One of these is glass, 240. That'll divide into half for 120. So maybe each of the middle ones is glass, because that one I can have its own little glass thing, kind of in an island, and then on the outsides I could have the other 2 productions, so steel and copper. So copper, because yeah, I'm gonna end up having to put these back to back if I'm gonna do 80 per minute. because I need to make this a little bit bigger. Go like that for now. So obviously it doesn't matter which side is which, or which input is which input. You know, you just have 3 inputs, and then so for belt speeds right now, this is feeding 2 systems. So again, that could be glass at 240, and that'll work perfectly. This will be glass at 240, that'll work. And then these 2 here, basically, those could be combined together to do, you know, bearings, if that makes sense. Or if my steel production is smaller, maybe I do that in the middle. The other thing I can do is I can put these back to back, so I can have, and then obviously I'll combine these portals, but I can put these back to back, so then I have stuff on one side. Kind of like that idea, because I feel like it's going to be slightly easier to deal with that. So let me, I need to move this stuff. Yeah, because I started thinking ahead, so all my copper setup is over here to figure out what my numbers are going to be to ramp this up. And again, I'm going to do it from scratch. You could definitely short circuit this by just making coins and putting coins into ingots, but I probably need to change my title of this channel to be from scratch. So we'll do an iron sand setup. I need to do a level 12 of this. I don't have a level 12 iron sand. And then I should already have level 12 soap powder, so I'm not too worried about that. And then I just got to work backwards to get the right numbers and number of systems, etc. But yeah, as far as layout goes, there's room over here. Let me take this one, make this, take that, rotate. So now this, take that one out. This one, let's go. And I could probably squeeze it in like this. And that, what I'll do is take that one like that. I can tuck this in quite nicely. Come over to this side for a better angle, and that's blocking. That's, yeah, that's what I want. And those 2 perfectly. Yeah, okay, there we go. It fixes itself, and that gives me money. Okay. So now the nice thing here, if you think about it this way, so I have 1 belt that'll go to these 2 systems. Just kind of exaggerating for right now. So this side could be bearings, copper bearings. This side, or whichever side, I could alternate, but in this side will be steel production. The other thing I can do is make these come up to the top. Kind of like that idea. So if I put down these little, what I'm going to do is basically put down, I'm just going to leave those because I already have it sort of down there. I need to combine them all together, and then they'll go like this. You might be able to see what I'm doing here in a second. I feel like I just need to redo this belt. Okay. Let's put the boogie. So this one, go like that. This one, go like this, like that. Basically what I'll do is this will be an elevator up, but what I need to put up here first is one of these. Let's get it to the right height. So that's the right height. Push caps lock, and then it locks it in at that level. Then actually I need to do this. This is caps lock again. There we go. Well, yes and no. I mean, this keeps it nice and skinny, I guess was what I was trying to do. So and then that can go like that, and then basically now I can elevator from down there up through this hole. So we'll take in from there, we'll go right here. There you go. Alright, now it's nice and skinny. So now on this side I can have steel, and then on the other side I can have copper, and then on these 2 sides I can have glass production, which is sand plus the kilns, just as an illustration, right? So because each of these needs to be separate, right? I have to have one glass production here at 240, another glass over there at 240, and then these are 4 of these, right? So 160 of copper bearings, 160 of steel. So 160 copper bearings means that's to make the raw copper. This is 1 step before raw copper, And then I need to do some ingots. Okay, so to make ingots for copper, what do? Those just get cooked again in crucible. Okay, so what I probably will do to make this illustration kind of nice is I'll flip this one around, do this F1 size copper ingots. I'm not gonna turn this on, turn it off. Yeah. Why no cook no good? I did the wrong thing. Oh, because I already have ingots. Doi. Okay. I'm a genius. It's all good. Trying to go fast, not paying attention. Okay. So that's cooking, right? This one I have set. So that's 20 per minute. Makes ingots. I'll do the math here in a second, and then basically a processor, which I think is what I did over here. Yeah, I think I had this set up. Yeah, it's basically 20 per minute. So each of these will get a processor. I'll just put one up there. That's fine. I don't need them both up there. Yes. Okay. So that works out nicely. So that's basically 1-to-1. So I can really make those work just on a table that's slightly wider, or I do a top down. I'll mess with sizing here in a little bit. Actually, because I need quite a bit more than this, but okay. Yeah, we'll figure that out here in a second. What's the most optimal way to pack all of this together? Okay, I'll work on this a bit, and I'll show you guys once I make some more progress. Day 392. This reminds me, I put those diamonds in a box, but then I forgot to grab them. So maybe we'll go run up and grab some diamonds real quick. It's 39. We'll call it 39. It's a little more than 39 versus 20, 25. Or sorry, 24. 24, 39. So a little less than 1,500 silver profit today. Still figuring this out. The math is a little wonky, unfortunately. I'll come back to this in a second. Let's go grab some diamonds. One more. Very nice. And we have a mission too. So I did yesterday's, what is this? Transformations. I'll go upstairs where this box and extras up there. Oh, I forgot I turned everything off. We can go to our new supply. Blues are over. Nope, blues are upstairs. Nope. Did we not make blue? I always felt like I was missing a color. Oh, there they are. I was like, I thought I had it somewhere. Okay, let's go look upstairs, see where the diamonds are. I believe on my main manufacturing floor. Yeah, so diamonds, I believe, are just this one right here. Could take the oh, that's good. 88% sure that. Let me see if I can use my super wide angle screen. Yeah, we'll say it's this one. I mean, that's not gonna hurt anything. I'll just take those off. Yep, this is the diamond one. Okay. Well, I'm out of gears. Alright, well, you get a little box then. That's fine. It's not like I need a huge box. Excellent. Okay. Kind of want to put my floor tiles back. Alright, those are diamonds. I've got transformation potions. Let's turn that in. And then I'll go through the math. So yeah, the math is a little bit off on trying to make the bearings. Basically, I need 3 anthors, I think is what it comes out to be, but it's like, it's a little funky. I'll show you. And I'll think through the process, make sure I'm thinking about this correctly. So we know, or at least my target is 4 of these systems, right? So I need 160 bearings per minute. 160 bearings per minute is very nicely 4 of these, right? So, and then each of these need 20 per minute copper. 20 per minute copper is decent, because that's really just 4 of these as well. Now, the issue is this guy. So, sorry, let me back up. That's oopsie, that's the refiner. I'll have to do that as well, but, so that's 1-to-1, right? Because that, it gets doubled here, it turns to 40. So I need 4 outputs of 20 per minute. which means I need 4 inputs of 20 per minute. Well, this grinds down half, right? So I could just make 4 of these, but then I'll end up with an extra 20 per minute, which is fine, but it's not quite the even 40 per minute bearings. I guess 20 per minute would be a 5th one of those. I could ramp up a 5th one and just have it ready for when I increase this later. Sorry, this one. If I add more on, this will allow me to use more bearings. So maybe I go ahead and size it for 4 of these systems, 4 Anthors. Right now I was trying to figure out with these two. These two are sort of nice, right? Like this one, the gold one can directly feed one of these, but then this 20 per minute's got to go to a refiner and it's going to get cut in half. It'll be 10 per minute on the output, which isn't really enough to feed one of these fully, which won't fully feed one of these. So I think I might try to redo this to add a 5th one, and then maybe I'd stop doing this weirdness with left and right and just make it linear. The thing I do gotta balance, I can't compact these too much because these are full belt speed, so I gotta make sure I get, I'm able to get a belt in on the left side and the right side. So having it spaced out like this, I could wrap it around. Like this would have to come over one, and it would maybe have to come over 2. I could stack bottom and top, and then the impure and the impure could get combined together, and then those could go into a refiner, and then their output together could feed the second one, right? If I have 2 of those, and then this is where I probably should bring this over here. That's where I was kind of thinking that, yeah. So the gold one can feed this, the gold one could feed the second, and then these 2 would feed the third. And then what I'm left with, though, one, it's on the wrong side, right? Like because this one is still only halfway fed. Yeah, I think I just need to scale it up a little bit more. All right, I'm gonna mess with packaging. I kind of like this, but the math just isn't really mathing very well. So I'm gonna kind of go back to the basics. I'm gonna take these over here. And then let's lay out. I'm going to lay out everything I want, because I think I'm going to want 5 of these, which is a funky number. I'd almost rather make it 10, but do I want them just all look the same for now? 1, 2, 3. I'm running out of, or do I need some stone for the furnace? And then I'll also contemplate going back to the big tabletop furnace. Let's put copper coin in there. That stack is getting very nice. Okay. And then I kind of need a space to get my material in. And then the way this works is really, I only need 3 of these for every 2 of those. So the way that would work on here, if I remove those, I need to copy this. And that won't quite work because I would have to go like this. That one could feed it directly. This one would have to come around and somehow get down on that same level. I think most likely I'd have to go like this. Work. Now that would have to come over. And then those 2 are on that side. That one would go there. This one could get elevator down to there. It looks like a really big kludge, but luckily my feed is on the outside, feed is on the outside. That would give me 3. Oh yeah, that's what it is. I need 5 outputs, right? This is all the output I need. So like I should at least turn those around for now. Oh, that was the issue, right? So those 2 will feed these 3 just fine, but this one can't quite feed the next one, right? So it's I was gonna just double it basically. So I would have 4 of these and 6 of those. So obviously I can let's get rid of that completely. Let's put another one of these down. So it pushes it forward a little bit. And then I think... No, there's not quite enough space to do that. That would be super awesome. And then yeah, definitely these would be touching each other butt to butt if I did it the other way. So this is where I don't think... And I still need to put one more of those. Actually, or am I doing that off? Because, yeah, there's way too many of those things down. So let's do this. Those are the 5, right? Just gotta play with the layout, figure out what I like. And then I don't necessarily need to have those next to each other, so let's do this where, okay. So that one could elevator down. These 2 would go to a refiner somewhere. That's impossible to get those to be next to each other like that. The other method would be, so those could wrap around, those could wrap around. These 2 would have to go to a refiner somewhere and then come back through. And then I still don't think I could fit, yeah, because the math is just off. I mean, I can combine all of these together, I guess, too, right? Like, these don't have to, the belt speed is fine, I can combine them. I just have to make sure my output, yeah, I feel like pull all of these off, and then I just see if I can sort of make these work. I think the general way you do it is like this. So it's either you do it like that, or you can fit 1, 2, 3, and there's a gap. So I'd probably rather do it this, because those 2 can combine together, go to their neighbor. So if we end up with 5 of those, these things, I think I said I was just gonna double it, so there'd be 6. If I do 6, I'm confusing myself now. Alright, let's go back over to my math. So yeah, these match 1 for 1, so for every one of these I need 1 grinder, and then for every 2 of those I need 1 grinder. And then output, again, that's 20, that'll get doubled to 40. So I just really need 4 of these. A 5th one is extra. So I really just need 4 of those. So 3 of these gives me 4 crucibles. Plus I have a halvesies. So to fill up that halvesies, I have to have a whole nother one of these, which means I get basically a 6th. So I think that was my issue. So I only have these 4, but then I have 6 things. So 2, 4. So like I could put, there's enough space where I could have 1 next to each of those. This is where it probably makes sense to go back to these bases. And what I would do, okay, I have an idea. I don't know if it's gonna work. I can visualize 80% of it, but it's not quite perfect. So what I want to do is basically we'll have 2 of those, and then yeah, it's like I may still want a gap there for that to work out. Gotta look at this side, so we want that to be like this, and then we want that to be like that. Or do I do it the other way? No, I think that's okay. And then maybe I turn it. That's interesting. I can go down. I could combine these and then redistribute them. I kind of like that idea. Maybe I raise this up so I've got room underneath to do my belting. Okay, I'm starting to like that idea better. Basically, combine all of this down to the correct number of belts and then divide it correctly. I think that's going to be my better strategy, because I'm gonna put 4 of these down, so I'm only going to have 80 per minute on each belt. I'll need 2 refiners. I can do 1 refiner actually, and then just split it again. So 1 refiner gets split evenly, and that'll feed 2 of these. Well, it'll feed two crucibles, and then okay. So now it's just belt magic, right? Can I combine all these together in an elegant way and get them down to the floor? Do some magic on the floor. The refiners, I think I had to use. I think I can use the small stands to F32. Oh no, okay, so you do have to do it too high, which is, it's not a big deal. I don't mind raising all of this up too high. It's always weird. It starts based on your orientation, and then it doesn't rotate with you. But if you start like this, then it starts this way. Anyway, it's really odd. All right, I'm gonna work on this a bit. The general idea is I'm gonna belt these down to the ground. Or at least the impure ones, because I gotta grind the impures. The impure, the blue side, will go down to the ground, and then underneath these tables, I'm gonna add them together into one grinder, and then I'll bring it back up. I'm doing it underneath to try to make it somewhat compact, and then I still have to have room to get one full speed belt into each of these, so I'll have, you know, soap and iron pretty close to each other out here. I don't necessarily need to make this super dense, but it's just, I don't know. I'll see if I can make this part dense-ish, and then we'll go from there. Because I might be able to do, because I gotta put the gold ones into a crucible. The thought process is basically I'll have those, and then I'll have another one over here that has my, whatever it's gonna be 4, 5, 6 crucibles. So I think that's fine. And then, yeah, the belt stuff gets weird. I might just make this too wide. And the big difference here is I have this room, this hole in the middle, where I can take it down to the floor, whereas on that guy I can't. Even though this is the same rough footprint as that, I have this gap in the middle, or it's close to that footprint. I don't know if it's the same. Anyway. So this is the idea, but I think I need a 2 gap actually, or what I've got to do is combine them and then elevator down, but then I trap these. I don't have a spot for those to combine, so I think I go like that. The other thing I can do is I can always back up a little bit, because I don't need these to be on the front, and I still need a gap there. And then I might do, yeah, that's fine. And now it's running out of rivets. All right, I'm gonna poke around at this. I've got a decent idea. We'll see how this pans out. I had this working, and then the game crashed. Well, I was on the escape menu while I was finishing some food, and it froze, which has happened a couple times now. If I sit on the escape menu for too long, I've had it freeze on me. But I've come up with an elegant solution, so now I just gotta work through that again. Basically, I need 6 of these outputs, right? And then 4 of these will feed the 6 nice and evenly. And then essentially what I'm gonna do is take all of the blues, combine them together, and then I'll add a refiner, and I'll use this little gap here to combine these and get it into one area. So what I was doing basically was I was taking that first level there, we'll take it out at the bottom, and then basically I can combine those two together, and then it'll be a little bit different. So that gold is on this side. I gotta switch this one around. So this gold, because the gold is already the good copper powder that can go straight into the crucibles. So that will feed these 3. Well, it's going to get other stuff added to it, but those belts go like that, and then I'll add more stuff to these lines as I go through this build. Now essentially, I'm going to just put a couple more there. So these blue lines, again, those are the blue outputs. Those go directly to my little shared line. The shared line will come over here. For now, just going like this to get my belts to work correctly. No, nope, you did not fix yourself. Automatically rotate. Thank you for out there and there. Rotate, so in at the top, out at the bottom. So that's all the blue lines connected together. And then this here, you know, it looks a little confusing, but you can kind of do a little double wrap. So I want to leave the space over here because I'm going to add, I gotta refine this bottom belt and then add it back into these 2 belts here. So what I can do is basically combine these 2 together and then elevator down and sort of loop it around a little bit. So essentially what I do is the elevator will come out there, but it'll come in from the top right here, right? And then this will split. And then on top of that is how I combine these together. Rotate. There we go. Very elegant, right? So now all of the gold, you know, these two combined, then resplit, and that'll feed, you know, basically the 4 of these will feed 4 of the 6. And then all of the blues now need to get refined. So let's copy our refiner. And then essentially what I can do is it'll go up here in this space. So what I have is a little bit of room here basically to add another elevator. So if you think about it, I'll take this off for a second. I can fit another elevator in like this, and then that goes right into that splitter, and then the refiner will come from that side. Let me put this back and fix these belts. Alright, so now I just need to put the refiner here and get that up to this refiner. So the refiner will just go on one side, which is fine, and it can plug directly in, and then I can change this belt for elevator. It's sticking out a little bit, like but I don't mind too much. Again, if you think about the chaos, building from scratch, right? I need a full setup of soap powder at 240. I need a full setup of iron sand at 240. Oh, and then by the way, I need that 4 times, one for each of these. And now essentially I have all of my output on this side. That'll get combined together, and then I'll divide it in half and divide it in half, so it'll go through one of these systems. And what I'll end up doing is I'm gonna make this a little bit more elegant. I'll just assume I'm gonna put it on this side. So we'll put a priority. I'll probably do it sideways to keep it kind of skinny. So I'm gonna put a priority, because I'm gonna have a little bit extra gears. No, I want a priority splitter. Priority is the bottom. See, my mouse hit my other keyboard and put it almost where I wanted it. That's probably fine. Not a big deal. Okay, now the priority basically will get split in half. And then if there's extra, I can basically send it back out somewhere, right? I'll do something with it. For now, we'll go like this. I need gears. I got gears from my manufacturing in a box system. So for now, I'll just put a couple boxes. If I'm gonna do that, I may as well just go that direction with a whole bunch of boxes. And then I can move that this way a little bit more. Yeah. Okay. Because the thought process is these 6 are basically gonna come to one side and then go to the ground, or well, second story, yeah, to the ground. So they'll come to the outputs, go down, and then I'll feed it into the system. So it'll come from the ground over into here, but we're gonna move this back. Sure, that's fine. And I guess I can use these. Okay, that'll be my extra, and then this thing will plug in right here. And I might need to scoot it back some, because now I've got to figure out, you know, how much space it's going to take for all the copper. And then I probably will want fuel. We'll see what the fuel looks like. I probably just will have fuel over here, because the output will be over there. This is going to turn around this way. Alright, let's clean up this stuff. Yeah, let's clean this up. Those were my prototypes, but I think y'all get the idea. Alright, so that wasn't too hard to rebuild. Oh, and this is gotta go the other direction, like that. Yes, you can go, thank you. So that'll get, well, let me go to my math table over here. So this can take up to 80 per minute of impure copper and refine it down to 40. And 40 is enough for 2 more of those crucibles, right? So 4 of these will give me 80 per minute impure, which is enough to feed one of these, which will give me 40 per minute, which is enough to feed the last 2 of the crucibles. This setup over here only needs 4 crucibles, so I have 2 extras worth of bearings. so I can use them for something else. For now, I'm just gonna have some storage here locally. I guess it turned out even enough to where I could try to add a 5th one of these, but I don't think I want to. It's already a bit of a monster. I'm gonna put some signs down and save this stuff real quick before I have issues again. So, alright, I'll put some signs and then I gotta save these things. So, I think it's what, a 3 gap. Alright, I'll bring you guys back in a little bit when I got more of this working. I suppose we'll test this out. The other thing I forgot, which I just bolted onto the end basically, is, yeah, all of these outputs is ingots, copper ingots. So each one of those is 20 per minute, and then basically just 6 of those down here, and this elevator down to whichever one needs it. But I went and just grabbed some manual stuff, so let's break these down into a few each. Okay. Let's start loading these up, see everything working. So for now, I just did a quick little, oh yeah, I gotta turn everything on too, so let's, oh, and I hit the day mark, 394. Alright, let's see where we're at. I've got more diamonds. Right now I'm just manually moving them from my main farm factory. Yeah, a little bit better diamond sales, much better on the Saturns. I still want to put a second stand on Mars, I just haven't messed with it. I'll do it in the new shop. Working towards that. I didn't do any missions, so this is all just regular income without any watches, by the way. Basically, we'll say 52 versus 25, so over 2,700, 2,700 silver input, or profit. Okay, let's just turn those on real quick as well. Okay, I just saw that refine some sand, so that's working. That's working. The watch down here, we see, there we go, excellent. There's some gears coming out over on the right side. I think it's already chewed through everything I gave it, so yeah. Here, we'll do one side at a time, so let's just do a little bit more in this one. Let's make sure, okay, that just flew through on that side. Excellent. There we go. There's the bearings, that one's working. Let's put some iron sand in here. It needs like 5 of each, it looks like, or 6. See some wheels turning? There we go. Excellent. It's looking good. Iron sand. There's 6 in that. There we go. It's spinning. Looks like it's working. Excellent. Alright, this last one. Looks like I need 4 more in there. Very good. Excellent. Feels like everything is working here. So yeah, this is the copper bearing head, as I call it. The output's basically 240 per minute. 4, 8, 12, and another 12 down there, so 240. Yeah, and then input, you basically got to feed it 240 iron and soap powder, and then obviously fuel. I didn't put that on there, but that's hopefully pretty obvious. Alright, I gotta save this, and then I think we're good. So this is good, and then I don't think I have a glass blueprint. I think it's been a long time since I've made glass, because the other glass ones, that's all like level 6. Because the other glass one I had is like part of salt and glass, so I don't need salt as well. So I'm going to remake this as well for a level 12, and that was a level 6. I don't think I've made a level 12 efficiency. Yeah. Okay, well, that part's working, so that's good. This is ramping. This is for ramping up watches full speed. And I've got my watch head here. I need copper bearings, which I just got done making, and then I should have Soap powder and iron. Iron sand I know I have to make, but soap I thought I did. I'm pretty sure I did a nice... Yeah, so here's my soap output. It's okay. 160. So 2 of those is 320. That's not... It's kind of annoying. So I need 480 total. I guess that's just 3 of these, so... I'll just have to add and divide those. So I'm gonna need 3 soaps. So I'll probably have 3 soap systems, because this is facing this direction, but it's gonna turn 90 degrees, plug in this way. So what I'll probably do then is have 3 soap systems out on this side or back here. So I'll put my 3 soaps. So I've got to sort of add them and divide them into 4. So 3 inputs will turn into 4 belts, basically. So that's alright. At least I have something built. That's level 12, so got level 12 soap at least. Yeah. And this one's fixed, yeah. Okay. So iron sand is gonna be the next one I need to make sure so I'll do that next. Make some iron sand. It's a little bit more high dense, so let's get my math ready. It doesn't really matter where. There's a little bit more space. Well, it's all the same. I just have 2 tiles worth of space. I'll put it over here. Alright, I'll bring y'all back in a few. Alright, so I've got iron sand worked out. Basically, I'm just going to do 2 setups of iron sand. The way I did it is basically I just put, for every 2 of these... let me see if I can select this correctly. Basically, for every 2 of these, you can have 5 grinders. So I just put the grinders underneath. So there's 5 grinders. So the output of these is 40 per minute, 80. The grinders themselves are 16. So 5 of those is also 80. 50 plus 30. But so that works out well. The nice part is I can have the 2 outputs go into an elevator, and then I just put the grinders down at the bottom, and then I can add all the belts together, because I just need 2 belts of 240 each, and then that'll be on each side, right? So like this side needs 2 belts, so that iron thing will basically stick out this way. I'll have another iron thing sticking out that way. My soap production will be over here. I'll have to figure out fuel, because I'll have fuel down at that end. Actually, I could switch fuel, because I know it's going to be added onto here, because this thing needs fuel. So I should actually put fuel where my output is, because the output's right here, and I'm going to need fuel right here anyway. So yeah, we'll flip-flop this. So let's take that off. Yes. Take that off, that off. I guess I should do the same thing with the money. Put it over here as well. I just don't want that to take up a lot of space. The fuel, that's really just one line, but that thing takes up a little bit more space. I mean, I could raise up... No, it's only 2 wide. It's not 3 wide. I had a feeling we were coming up to the end of the day here. The town was quiet. Getting some good sales of diamonds. Still doing really good on our Mars. Sorry, those are Saturns. Mars is okay. Alright. So yeah, we're consistently over 5,000 now, which is awesome. Yeah. I haven't checked my quests, so we'll have to see if I'm due some quests. But that's 56 versus, or 55, 50, whatever, 55 versus 21, 22. 22 to 55 is huge. That's like a lot of income. Doing very well. Alright, let's go check our missions real quick. Ooh, I have quite a few, so I'm gonna grab all this stuff. Let's see what my inventory looks like. I've got a few things. I could probably go put that into my junk sorter. That's the whole point of this episode, right? Alright, salt. I think I ended up moving a lot of my salt. That's not quite enough. Mortars, ingots, alasite growth potions. Let's see. It's not enough of those. Growth, I don't have enough of that. mortars. I have some back here still. Even though I shut this off, I still have probably box full. Yeah. Alright, so we need salt and growth potions. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's back that booty up. Yeah, diamonds are still backed up. That's good. I'm about out of this box, but that's kept the shelf fully stocked. Very, very nice. Alright, while we're over here, let's check our little hidey hole of money. A couple gold. A couple gold's better than no gold. Yeah, this setup... Ooh, 17 gold. Yeah, I'm having issues with iron sand over here, so... It's perfect timing that I'm getting 240 iron sand, because this thing needs a lot of iron sand, so... I have a little bit of room over here. I can build a couple of those iron sand systems, get rid of all these boxes and nonsense, and then just, yeah, I could probably rebuild this as well. I should turn this off now. Where is that? Is that right here? Let's just do this. I just gotta remember, because I'm gonna get upset later when I forget I turn this off. Yeah, because this was like level 1. Look at all this nonsense of all these things, and there's tons of iron ore everywhere, and ugh. Level 12 efficiency is so nice. Alright, that'll clear some space over here so I can put down some iron production and iron sand production. Yeah, because that's there. I have grinders under there. Yeah, this new setup's gonna be much better. Alright, growth potions are down 1 level. Right here is a big box. I've got a couple little boxes there as well. Salt, I've got those over here. Am I still collecting salt? No, but I know where some's at. I still haven't fixed this area, so I still got... Let's go around this way. Oh, I thought that was a bag on the floor for a second. What are you out of? Why are you not happy? You've got fertilizer. Maybe you just got backed up and then you've... Yeah, pulleys, I guess. I should redevelop this. I could probably make it a lot more dense now. This is a level 1 build. This was really cool. I was really proud of this. This is like way early game. Making Jupiters, making this cool, dense little skyscraper. You know, a one-story skyscraper. Yeah, those things are awesome. Alright, I got a lot of salt right here. Speaking of, yeah, we'll turn this in, and then we'll do a salt run. Turn all these in. We'll clear out some inventory. I needed salt down here for something. What was I doing with salt down here? Yeah, there's a little hidey hole of blast potions. We've got some watches. This guy doesn't use salt. Is it this? No, that doesn't use... I could have sworn there was something else down here I was feeding with salt, but... Am I supposed to... Oh, this, because I'm supposed to have salt on a shelf. That's right. Let's fill this up real quick. 'Cause, yeah, I totally wasn't selling salt. Okay. Oh. Alright. Linens, you're gonna go somewhere else. This is my potion box. Black powder, you go somewhere else. Okay. Black powder, you go down here. Linens, you can go over here. This is why I need my sorter system. Dude, I'm so looking forward to building this shop. I'm really darn close. I'm trying to keep this episode to like 2.5, 3 hours, and then my next episode, I should be really close to ready to just tear that thing apart. But I don't want to like I don't want to, what am I trying to say? I don't want to basically take a shortcut. You know, if I'm going to build something, I want to build it properly. And when I say build it properly, I mean scale it all the way up. Okay, let's do a salt run. They drop all this stuff. Drop the random bits and bobs. Okay, that's enough probably. Push in some G's, smash that G button. Okay, I think I was able to get it all in one go. Yeah, what is this? Is this backed up again? Yeah, which means all of my sand is backed up. I need to turn all of this into making diamonds, I guess. No, I just need to delete it all. Tired of doing this. But here I am, doing it anyway. Because I haven't brought myself to delete it yet, because it's not on the first floor. I want to delete the first floor stuff first, and then come up here and clean all this up. Don't fall down there. G, okay. So I've got a good iron sand set up. It's my cat if y'all can hear it. Alright, we were switching this around to the other side, and then I got distracted, so I need all of those stands, but I don't need these. I don't need those, but we'll put them around on this side. Okay, sign got in the way, and it made me delete. Oop. Come on, come on. Oh, this was like stuck on something. Oop. Okay, alright, we need one of these, do it sideways, that way I can belt or hopper, and then they both go to the divider. Okay, so that's ready to get plugged in over here, and then most likely I'll kind of do the same thing. I'll probably have a single hopper back here. Let's go ahead and plan for this. Oh yeah, and I gotta raise it up a level, up a level, up a level. So we'll do start down here like this, and that'll go out this way, out that way, go like that. Okay, and do like this again. Do that. Black powder lasts forever, and these get elevators up. Yeah, I have to raise it up because I have grinders underneath all this stuff over there. Okay, so I feel good about that. It's on an autosave, so there's latency going on. Let's put down our little belts here. Okay. So that, I feel good. This is ready to plug into that. 2 of those plugs into here. I have the soap build, so I can do 3 of those. The last thing I gotta do is glass. Or no, I gotta do steel gears, actually. And glass, so this might be a little while. I'll bring you guys back when I make some more progress. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this here. I'll probably move all of this, and I'll reset it up over there. What did I do? I just had some coke powder. Okay, I could put some coke in that. Some coke in the coconut. Alright, see y'all back here in a few. 396. It's a fun number. 396. Divisible by 3, divisible by 2. What else is it? I don't know. Alright, let's click through. Selling lots of diamonds still. By the way, sort of what I'm working on might help with some of my diamond stuff, but it's pretty easy to rebuild these now with level 12, like your runs and stuff are so short. Alright, so total 47.7. Alright. So basically 47 versus 22.7. So 22 to 47. Or sorry, 22 to 48. 22 to 48 is 2,600 in profit. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, I did this one similar to the other one where I just kept it. Yeah, you know, I'm trading a couple of lab stands for an elevator basically. So, you know, this is 4 wood and 2 rope versus, you know, 3 of these. Is 3 wood. Well, it'd be 2, right? I'm not having to do 2 of those, so 2 wood, 2 nails, 4 wood, 2 rope. So quite a few less nails. I run into issues with nails on some of these builds, so I don't mind having a little bit of rope, like 1 stack of rope, you know, and if it avoids me having to have another stack of nails, it might be nice. Okay, so I've got basically, to get the math on this, so this is just one side, right? Each one of these individually needs 240. So on this side, he needs 3. And then if you add it together, right? 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12. So this would be 240 off of these 6. So I kind of need these 6 together. And then I was trying to make it so that these sort of line up. I'll probably still put it in long ways, because kind of how I have this one here. I don't know what steel's gonna look like, but I might have it to basically to where like the output comes out, and then that connects into that system. And then most likely what I'll do is I might put a couple more supports over this, and then put a buying station on this side. So I've got a, well, I don't know. I gotta put it somewhere. I'm not too sure yet. And then I just found this solution more elegant. So I'll put fuel in again. If that's my feed line, fuel will probably come from that direction. That'll feed all 3 of these, which will feed all 6 of these, and then I'll have some extra lab stands. Really like this. Okay. So that's good. This I'm almost done with. I've gotta get my things done. So they're gonna get fed on this side, and then I've also gotta get this down to here. So for sure, I've gotta put that there, 2 lab stands. The sand from this one will feed this. So that now works pretty well. And then I gotta get rocks up to here, so I can get rocks up from this side. So I may, it doesn't really matter where, but it's either from there or it's then I have to loop it all the way around. I think the most elegant is gonna be from right here. If I bring a belt over, let's just do this right now. Go like that, get rid of this one, and then now we put the elevator up. I think that's the right level. And that'll hook to these. Okay. So that's pretty good. So that's easy, right? So like this goes down, this will feed that one, and then I still need these, and right here. And now it's a matter of where do I put the buying station? You know, I could just have it back here, I guess. It's not, I don't know. This thing, because yeah, this thing is going to be super wide, so I think I'm going to need to keep this kind of skinny and narrow. Because this will plug right in the middle, and then one of these is going to plug on each side of those. So this is too wide. This whole thing takes up this, so that's too wide. This is going to be I'll just copy this to the other side first. Yep. Just copy this as is. Let's do a rotate. Let's grab some materials from the manufacturing system in a box. Okie dokie. Oh, apologies, microphone wandered away from me. Felt a little quiet there. Okay, so this now probably. What is it complaining about? Because my alignment is off, so I need to try to adjust these over a little bit. So from the middle, oh, it's because, or I just take this out one. Yeah, because this side was over by 1. I can flip it around. I think that's the easier solution. Instead of trying to reconfigure all of that, we're gonna basically make this flip around the other way. So that's the output. So this will be the field. Okay, then I don't have to try to reconfigure any of this. So when I plug it in, this one will be offset to the right by 1. So let's plug it in. Those all turn blue, and then now it's to the right. Because I just mirrored it, right? Or not mirrored it, you can't mirror. I really wish they had a mirror function, but rotate. So I rotated it, and now it's off on this side, which is okay, so I'll just make it go this direction. So that's fuel. This is glass. Okay, so total length, this is off by 3 blocks, 2 blocks. Yeah, it's 2 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's really 3.5, right? Because that's 1 block. It's 1 less than 3.5. So that's 4. Or 4. Yeah, that comes over 2. So it's really 1, 2, 3, and 2 blocks. 3 and 2 blocks. So like 2 blocks there, 1, 2, 3. So it'll come out to over here. How wide is this thing? It's like not quite 2, so this will be like right here roughly. So when I turn this thing around and plug it in, obviously this will need to come more directly this direction. So let's do that. Let's get it to go out. Actually, it's like, do I want, because that fuel is right there. I'll probably, yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. So fuel is kind of in the middle. It'll flip around, so fuel will be on this side, that's fine. And then we go like this again. Let's get my redundant systems down. So fuel goes that direction. What I was contemplating is whether I wanted to stack these to make it nice, but I think I'm just gonna keep it on the ground. This thing does not need to be that dense. And it'll save some nails. That's looking really good. So that made it a couple lighter, so it might stick out slightly more, but I've got it basically now, so when it's flipped around, that'll be on this left side. So fuel will be on this left side, so I can kind of plumb it in, and then I'll have the glass come around. On this side, I'll probably just flop the fuel, but I still have to do steel, so anyway, glass is ready. So there'll be 2 of these, one on this side, one on this side. Again, all of this is to max out my watches, so I can sell up to 19, 20 of those per day. And then for every 20, I get 26. So let's just do the math on that real quick. 19, 20 divided by 20. So I'll get to sell 96 of these. That'll be 2,496 silver per day is what I'm building right here. So this setup built from scratch, you know, it's just takes fuel as input. It'll take rocks as input. This will be slightly more expensive. It takes iron as input. You know, iron's 1,200 each. I guess I'm always bad at. I never really practiced doing the math from scratch. I know there's calculators out there that'll do it, but at least if I'm using the cheapest material possible, I know it's, you know, the cost will be low. I don't know, it gets a little complicated when you add in fuel cost as well. But anyway, I'll bring y'all back when I have a cool steel production. This one's way more complicated. I always mess that up. Is it 2 E's or S-T-E-A-L? No, that one's taking stuff like a thief. I think that's the right one, steel. Anyway, English, blah. See you in a few. Day 397. Let's see, our total is 5280. So we'll say 52 versus 21.8. 5280 versus 21.8, so 5221. Is that 31? 3,100 profit? 5221? Yeah. Yeah. 3,100 profit. Very nice. 10 diamonds. Plenty of Mars. A few Saturn. Or sorry, those are Mars. I always say it was backwards. A few Mars. Plenty of Saturns. Alright. So I'm going to take a slightly different approach this time. So I want to... basically the outputs of these, right? So what's kind of nice is this is 15 per minute steel out. This is 15 per minute steel in. So I can basically loop those around. Now, what I'm going to try to do, which I kind of like this idea, is basically this 45 per minute is just going to feed the next system. Because because it'll take 60 per minute in, right? So basically, you've got to add 15 in outside of the system. So you add additional 15, because 45 will get recycled, right? 45 will recycle either to itself or to the next one down the line, etc. So somewhere overall in the whole system, you need 15 coming in per one of these. So for each one of these I have down, I'll need to put steel production for 15. But I have this cool idea basically to where these outputs will just feed the one directly in front of it. So I'm going to set up like a little choo-choo train where it just goes down and down and down. So I'm working backwards because I already had the input here, the fuel input, so I'm gonna mirror it so they come in pairs, and then I'll probably set up like 6 of these, and then I'm gonna have some extra output because I just need 160. So I'm gonna put like a priority merger, kind of like I did with these. I'll probably do the same thing. So I'll set something very similar to this up on the other side, and then I'll probably keep it the same direction. So. But I need to switch this stuff around. So that'll be that priority, and then this, well, what did I do for this? This is like, whatever. So it can come in, can feed it. Is that how I did it? No, because, what did I do? Oh, I see what I did. Yeah. Okay, let's just take those off for a second, because I need to do this. Basically, this will come through. Oh, I've got to split it, that's right. So when it comes through, and then I split it in half. Okay. I'll get there. It was a while ago when I did this, so that'll go that direction, and then it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to set it roughly in the middle. Okay, what are you? Oh, I'm out of woodsies. Out of the plankies. Okay, let's go. Get my orientation correct. Oh, no, let's try this. Interesting, does it always? Huh. It doesn't matter which way I face it, always. I thought when you did that, when you did like a BR, it was based on which way you were facing, but I guess not. Okay, yes, let's clean those up, and then I need to probably just take these. I don't know if that's any better, really. What I need to do is we'll just take this, put it this. It doesn't really matter where too much. I'll just basically need it to be like that, and then we'll go like this. Just go into there. Okay. Now I can take all of those and plug them in nice and tidy. Yeah, probably could. I ran out of room because all this stuff over here. Probably should move this all up a little bit, and then I can start sort of organizing this. So that's my glass in. Okay. Alright, so glass input, and then I'm gonna end up with steel input. I already figured out the glass stuff. So steel is 160. These are each 15. The math is not super nice, unfortunately. It's 10.66 of these. Well, I've got them in sets of 3, so I can do 3, 6, 9, and then if I do another set, I mean, ideally, because they're going to be in sets of 6, so I think it's just easiest for me to do a set of 12, regardless, and then I'll have extra steel gears that I can use for something. So this is what I'm working on. I think you guys can hopefully see. I'll work a little bit here on cam. Yeah, that's the other nice thing is these just go forward, and then okay. I like it, and then I really don't need all of these. Well, I'm gonna need those for stands, but let's go with that. So this is my output. Oh yeah, because those were already there. I'm like, what? How did that happen?
That looks good.
Which way am I doing this? That's my fuel. I'm just gonna do this to help remind myself. Okay, so that's fuel input, is steel gears output. I may as well bring it to the ground right here, like that. I feel pretty good when I bring this in. It's just gonna, yeah, it'll plug itself in. It turns blue. Okay. Feel pretty good about that. So now the hard part is how do I get 2 lines? Oh no, that's right. I just need, oh, I forgot, this takes coke powder. 6, 12, 18, well, at least it's 18, so now I probably need to use the bottom floor and get a line of coke powder in. So each of these is going to need a line of 160 coke powder. And then the iron will stay at this level. So what I'm thinking about is, I believe I have it set up to where there's basically a gap. Because yeah, each of these I think is on the left side. So I'll be able to elevator up from the floor, is what I'm thinking. So I'll show you right here. So this will be like that. And then basically from the floor, I'll have... Oh, that elevator's in the way. So this one's gonna stay up high then, which is fine. Because I need this one down here. So that'll feed 3 elevators. So what's there? Oh, there's a fuel line in the way. I guess what I can do is, let's get a sort of happen, because on this back side, I don't really need anything. This is just going to be a straight line across, so I think what I'm going to have to do is basically all of this is going to go over here, and the fuel line is going to come on the back side of each of these, so let's try to do this and see if this works. I think I've tried this before, and it kind of works, but kind of doesn't. Let's do an F, and then, what am I missing? Some rocks. Okay, let's try this. We're going to hit caps lock so it stays on the ground, and then it should just not build those. And then now I have, basically I was able to flip all of those around without having to take everything apart. So for now, it's going to seem destructive, but I just get rid of all of this now. I mean, I could do the same thing again, but I've got a better idea of what I need to do. So I gotta take some of this apart anyway. So yeah, because all of that now goes away. That all gets moved to the back side essentially. That was from, that was probably the old build. I didn't quite grab it all. Okay. So this will definitely come over here, and then I can combine the fuel lines out here somewhere if need be. But okay, so now that frees up this spot right here on each of these to elevator down. So now I can copy those elevators. So that's my coke powder line. So let me, this is starting to get slightly complicated, so I need a sign. Alright, I think y'all might get the idea. And then basically these will go straight out to the next build. And then I'll be able to copy all of this. I'll just do that in case so I don't shoot myself in the foot by putting down little stands and misclicks. Okay, so those will feed the next one. And then on this side, I'm gonna have it to where I can have some extra coming in. And I'll have like a merge splitter basically, so this will be the iron coming in to each of these. There's some extra, I don't need those, really don't need that one either. So that's the extra iron / the iron coming in, and then the one behind it will plug right into this, so that'll just add iron to the system, so it'll feed itself. And then I'll have basically merge splitters, so it'll merge any extra from an outside system that's needed, but it'll try to feed itself first. And then the last one will feed all of these first, and then outside of that will be another merge splitter, I think, is how I want to do that. So at the very end, I'll wrap these around. So yeah, these will end up being kind of sets of 3, and then there'll be a wraparound at the end with a couple merge priorities, but I'll bring you all back and show you what I got at the end, or once the day ends. Day 398. Let's see what our total is for today. We've been very profitable. I almost wonder if my money lines are getting backed up, but we'll see. When I delete that entire first floor, it's gonna be fun. We'll have a lot of cleanup to do. A lot of that'll be money. So we're still well over 5,000, which is nice. 5,300 in a little bit, so we'll call it 53 versus, what is that, 21. We'll round up and say 22. 22 versus 53 is again 33,100 in profit. Very nice. So what I think I'm going to do is just go ahead and basically it's just going to give itself priority, and then because this like I started to plug it into the next one, and I'm like, well, this one could get stuck because that one is stuck, so it's much better for the output to not get blocked, right? This was that whole design I talked about earlier. So we'll take one of these, and then basically what we need to do, that's fine. I just gotta scoot everything back a couple more. Okay. Yeah, it's whatever. It comes out on that side, but not, there we go. So this will come back one. Okay, and then I need some more of this right here. Okay. Then it's self-contained, right? So it'll prioritize itself first. So these outputs cannot get blocked, right? Because it'll feed itself first, and it feeds itself faster, right? Even if you load it full, as long as you don't accidentally load the output side, because when you load these, you could actually load both sides. So see how it loads both sides, and then that'll just go around. But if you accidentally have the front side blocked, and then you start loading up the back side as well, it could cause issues. So all right, I can take. There's always some extra inside the belt, like inside the mouth. Yeah, there's the T there. Anyway, so hopefully that makes sense. So this is nice and self-contained now. I don't need that. Okay, just cleaning up a few pieces. Yeah, I think this is going to be better. It's going to be self-contained, which is okay. It's not that big a deal. So, and fortunately, I have stuff at different levels. So coke powder is 160 per minute. That's on the bottom level. I have a blueprint. I'll have to do some math, but it's not quite full throughput, and it's this crazy monstrosity. But luckily, these are like stackable. I did this in the last episode for like blast powder, or maybe it's a couple episodes ago. But I do have this. So this is coke powder from scratch, right? It uses wood. It doesn't use coal or whatever. I don't know. There's some other more expensive ways to make it, but so it's a little bit one of my skyscrapers, but I think it's just wood. So it's just money and fuel to power this guy. So I can do some math on that. That's level 1, which is really nice. Level 2 is fuel. Sorry, let me go. Level 2 is fuel. Level 3 is steel gears output. Yeah, it's only 45 per minute. So these are really big. Even on level 12, these are really big setups. And then level 4 is basically your extra iron. Yeah, I thought I needed another stand. I need another stand right there, and then I can put a sign down. So this one is your extra iron input. Okay, that's fine. I'll know what that means. But they're all at different levels, right? So if I need to connect, or if I'm able to connect these together because of the belt speeds, iron's at level 4, steel's at level 3, fuel's at level 2, and coke powder's at level 1, so if I want to run a belt through here, I can. So that sort of just happened naturally based on how I was moving stuff around, but I like it. It's kind of elegant part of the design. So this can stay as a much smaller blueprint. I don't need to do like back to back or side by side. I'll just basically make 4 of these upstairs, and that'll be my steel output, and then I can combine stuff together and divide it again for this, because I just need basically whatever it is, a little over 3 of these, and then extra ones will come in here and I'll send it somewhere. Or you know, once I'm not sure what I'll do if I increase the number of contracts I can do per day. I guess I should test these. I don't know, I should now while I understand how it works, but I guess I need to get some coke powder and some steel. I might mess it up later, but whatever. Or iron. I guess iron is what I have. Coke powder. I've got 3. Let's go. Where might I have some? There might be some on the fuel lines. There's some, like, other stuff on there, but this happens to have a lot of coke powder. I'll just do this for another 20 seconds. Grab some more, or maybe 5 seconds. I don't want to do this for 20 seconds. All right. Okay. So coke powder should now feed all of these. So these we should start seeing. Let me grab some more iron. I'll just grab a lot. Oh, sorry, wrong area. This is iron. Let's organize. And then I gotta heat these up. Let's grab. I put it down here. I put it up here. Oh, hey, I had coke powder in here. I forgot. Okay. I mean, I could feed it through the hopper or whatever, but okay. So it feeds itself, and then yep, we should see some nice gears coming out. So that's good. All of the wheels are turning. That's good. It's feeding itself. It's giving itself priority, right? So that's not backing up at all. It'll kind of back up, but it'll just jitter a little bit. But you know, ideally, yeah, we don't see this go. You know, that might back up a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. And then it's running out of fuel and stuff, so that's fine. Okay. I feel really good about this. So this is basically steel gears at 45 minutes. Alright, I'm going to save this, and I think I've got everything ready. It's just a matter of putting all these blueprints together. I tested this one, right? Did we test this one? I feel like I tested this. Yeah, because I loaded these manually. I did steel, soap powder, so I tested that one. This one is just making iron. I don't know. If I mess something up, I'll be upset, but this one's just making iron sand. It just elevators down to itself. I'm not going to test that one. What else was there? This thing. I guess I should probably test this. I have some rocks over here in a box somewhere. I think. Oh, did I no, this is right. This was because I took down some other stuff. Okay, let's go. I'll leave one in there so I know what was in here. Yeah, this is my little, you know, feed it rocks box. Okay. So let's add some stones. I think I only grabbed enough for one side, but let's fuel it. Definitely doesn't need to keep 40 in there. Let's fuel this. Let's fuel that. Let's grab some more rocks, because I want to try to make sure I test all of these. This is where I should probably test, like, this is obviously just one side working, which is good. They're all producing. We should be basically maxing these out, right? Like, all of these should be at 20 a minute. Oh, this is going to be an issue. Let's collect some glass, I suppose. This run out of fuel, probably. Alright, whatever. I'll fuel it for a while. It's not like I really need to keep the stuff. Okay. Feels like that's working. It's getting full throughput. Alright, I'm gonna take the rocks. However many I can fit. Take the rocks. There's not much left. Let's shoot through most of it. This is very efficient. It's good to see. Okay. Now we should start to see this other side light up. Take all the blast out of there. Black powder. This one... Oh, it's because that rock ran out. Here, you get a couple small rocks. I mean, those two... Yeah, this one's coming from the top story. This one's from down here. These are all running. These seem to be running. It's all connected. Yeah, okay. I feel good. That one's working. I'll just let it run. I don't until it runs out, and then I'll get supplies back. Put all those back. Make sure I don't have any contamination. Okay. I feel like everything's tested, so I'll start working on getting this stuff upstairs. It's going to be a little annoying, so I'm going to have to collect materials, take these upstairs, etc. So I'll show you guys it plugging, and I'll probably take this up to an open area because it's not very dense. This thing I feel like is going to take up basically most of this workshop, you know, size-wise. Because this is going to be big, plus each of these needs a huge coke input. You know, I'll need like 2 coke skyscrapers for 3 of these roughly, and I'm gonna have 4 of these, so I'll probably need 3 towers. Because what is that? 160 times 4 is 640 divided by 220 is, yeah, 2.9. So I'll put 3 of the coke powder towers, skyscrapers down. Alright, I'll see you guys back here in a few seconds. Day 399. Let's see what our total is for today. Alright, we're setting up watches upstairs. We've got a lot less today. What happened? I guess, yeah, less Mars, a lot less Saturns, like 1/3 of what it normally is, so or maybe a quarter. A little few less diamonds. Anyway, we did not get another 5,000 profit day in a row, or earnings day. So 34 versus 21.6. So 22 basically out, 34 in, 1,200 profit. It's pretty good. Yeah, and I also forgot I have my another iron warehouse over here. So I don't know, these things get annoying because like I just need to build this. It's hard because this is intermittent, right? Like these aren't guaranteed to be an output. So what I probably can do is maybe scale up another, scale up one more of the watches based on that. Or maybe, for now, I'll probably just use this as input into my steel production. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm plugging these together. I just had to reorganize this a little bit. I feel like there's enough space up here. I may run into room over here with the glass, so I might need to move it this way a little bit. So I think glass is going to be the next thing, so it's going to kind of determine left and right. So I'll go grab my glass and save that. You don't belong here. How did you get here? Curious. This is like a Mario Kart game where you've got to trace the line. Mario Party or whatever. Mario 31. Interesting number. Between 2 stories. I guess. I must have caught it in time, or this, because yeah, this was full. Interesting. Yeah, the line was backed up, so I'm sure it was just throwing it away. Alright, I'm gonna go grab glass. I'll keep plugging this in. Bring you back in a little bit. Yeah, I think I'll have to call it here on this one, so this is probably gonna be a little bit more work than, you know, another 10 minutes of setup, so I'll call this video here, and then the next video we'll finish setting up watches, so Just as a recap from earlier in the video, in case you came to the very end, we've got our sorter for the pit done. We've got bandages redone, so that's upstairs. So the sorter now works, right? The pit is awesome, and then now I can throw junk material into the box, or I have a box out there I can throw it into, and it'll sort through it. And if it can't add it, and if the level is full, this might be a good example. I know this one's a good example. Yeah, this one's full, right? So if any extras come through, it'll just get thrown away. And then if it can't find a match, I just have the output coming over here to some storage. So I probably got, yeah, I've got some random stuff that I don't have on the line. So anything I don't have on the line that I accidentally put through the sorter will just end up over here for now. I'll figure out. I gotta sort through other items, but this is working. You know, because I've basically, the stuff you see here on these belts is stuff I put through the sorter, and then the line's been backed up, you know, storing it in the box as well. But got that working, have bandages working upstairs, so we'll end the episode here. Appreciate y'all watching. Take care. Have a good one. See you on the next one.